Hello and welcome to Geeky Bit. Today in tech history, we're going to talk about the Performa 6400. Let's go over the history of the Performa 6400. The Power Macintosh, or Performa 6400, was first introduced in 1996 and is the only mini tower with the Performa branding, and it was shipped with macOS 7.5.3. The Performa 6400's run only lasted a year. It was replaced by the Power Macintosh 6500 in late 1997, though these two units were virtually identical to one another, and the 6400 replaced the Performa 6100. Let's quickly touch on the specs of the Performa 6400. The Performa 6400 came in speeds of 180 to 200 megahertz, and some had video editing hardware, and they could go up to 136 megabytes of RAM. They also had two PCI slots, SCSI, IDE, and the whole logic board was removable. With all of that out of the way, let's talk about my story with the Performa 6400. It was late 1997 and school had just started back up. One of the classes I took was a media class. Our school had morning announcements on closed circuit television, and the media class is what provided those morning announcements. In this class, my task was to do the intro for the morning announcements, and I opted to do this on the school's computers that the media class had in its lab, and they were all 64/200 Macs. I would use Adobe Photoshop 4.0, Video Shop 3, and Bryce 2. These were my tools for making a video that was about 15 to 30 seconds long, and I only had 45 minutes to make this each and every morning. The 64/200 was a beast. It would chug through the tasks I had to do. I would normally use 3 of the 6400 systems, one to make and export my Bryce 2 videos on, then one to do the video editing on, and last one I did the Photoshop work on. They were all networked, and I would set up Bryce 2 renders at the start and then go back and forth on the 6400 for video editing and the 6400 for Photoshop. It took me about 5 minutes for the idea and then another 40-ish minutes to do the work and then render out the video and export it to a old style VCR tape. I was always pushed up against the clock doing this work, and later on I ended up having to use 2 more of the lab's 6400s to do all of the video overlay work when they found out they liked the way I was doing the intros with the computers and that the computers could also do video overlay work. And that's how I spent my mornings at school for the rest of the year. So here are some of my thoughts about the Performa 6400. I had a blast with the Performa 6400s that the school had, and I was so happy to get to use those computers. The teacher thought I was a bit crazy that I used so many computers. And later on, I was happy to get my hands on a 64/200 Performa computer. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it, and if so, feel free to click that like button. And if you aren't subscribed so already, feel free to do so. And if you'd like to get notifications of my future videos, click that bell button.